Hello all, welcome to Web Technologies lecture series. This is Pawan Kumar Verma working as Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SRK Engineering College. So today we are going to start the second chapter in Web Technologies, XML. And in this video we are going to start the introduction of XML, and we are going to see the history of XML and the difference between XML and HTML, and where we can use the XML and its applications, and we are going to see the features, and let's see the simple syntax of XML. So coming to the introduction, XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. So extensible means that it is a language, it is a shell or skeleton that can be extended by anyone for who wants to create additional ways to use the XML. So we already know markup means the it gives the definition to, it is the combination of text. So XML is a software and hardware independent tool for storing and transporting data. So what XML is, the main, if anyone asks what is XML means, so simply say XML is the extensible markup language, and it is designed to store and transport data. So the main XML is designed to store and transport the data. So XML is just information. So in nowadays everyone wants information and everyone is interested in information. So XML is nothing but it is an information wrapped in tags. So XML is a markup language. It is very much like HTML. So the difference between HTML and XML is, in HTML we are giving the layout of the data, and XML is only designed to store and transport the data. XML was designed to be the self-descriptive. So the main purpose of XML is to design some self data, and just simply store and transport data. So if we want to exchange the data from client to server or server to client, we are going to use this XML. So coming to the difference between HTML and XML, what HTML limits you is, it uses only some predefined tags and some fixed number of tags, where in coming to XML we can allow and we can create multiple new tags, and we can create our own tags. So coming to example C here, if you want to develop any website of your own or for our college, then we can have our own tags like serial number, student name, student roll number, date of birth, etc. So this is the main advantage of XML. We can create our own tags. So, and both HTML and XML languages are derived from SGML only. SGML is nothing but standard generalized markup language. So some of the XML related technologies are SGML, XSL, W3C, SOAP, XSLT, SAX, etc. So coming to the history, the first version of XML 1.0 was released in 1998, and XML is also the W3C recommendation like HTML. So coming to the difference between XML and HTML, there are few differences. In XML, the main purpose of the XML is to store the data, and we can transport the data. So what HTML does is, it is used to represent the it is used to present the content. We are going to present the content, and in XML we are going to store and transport the data. In XML it supports user defined tags, it supports only predefined tags. There are some set of predefined tags, only they are going to be used in HTML. XML separates content from presentation. Here we are going to separate the content from presentation. Just we are going to present the data. So in HTML specifies the presentation. HTML main primary focus is presentation. XML allows users to create new tags. These allows anyone to create our tags. HTML does not allow. We can generate new markup language using XML. Using XML, we can create our own markup language. There is no such possibility in HTML. It is case sensitive, and HTML is not case sensitive. Why it is case sensitive or not case sensitive is we will see later. In XML, root element is user defined. We must define our own root element. In coming to HTML, the root element is HTML. We already know. For XML is coming to the main use. XML is a markup language that defines a set of rules for encoding document. And what is the document? It is a format that both human and machine readable. So the main use of XML are, it is used to organize the document tags or document elements, and we can reuse that in the data sharing. So XML provides the better environment for data transfer. So the XML document is language neutral. That means if you write any Java program, it can generate the XML document, and it can be passed through some other language like Perl, etc. And XML files are also independent to the operating system. So coming to the applications, the XML is mainly used in e-commerce websites and so many websites, and it can be used in funds transfer. It can show how the data is, and it can be used in some multimedia messages, and it can be used in the exchanges also. So the main features of XML are, XML allows the user to define our own tags. We already seen that, and our own document structure. XML document is a pure information wrapped in XML text. Just remember these simple line. XML is the nothing but information wrapped in XML tags. So whenever anybody asked what is XML means, XML is a markup language. It stores and sends the data via some tags. So XML document consists of information that is wrapped in tags. So XML is a text-based language. We are going to see what the text-based language is. So coming to the writing, if you want to write any XML document, so the main two requirements are, so similarly like HTML, first one we want to write our XML document in any text editor in Notepad, and after writing that, like HTML, you have an extension for XML.xml, and after writing that, if you want to check our XML document, there are some parsers like XML parsers, and our browsers have inbuilt parsers. Parser is nothing but sending the data and converting it to the uh, browser understandable format. And our browsers have inbuilt XML parser, so we can check the output in browser similarly like HTML. So this is the syntax. So first, this is not required, but this is if you write this, it will this is not required for simple documents. If you want to send out data to any other servers or any other servers outside the boundaries, we want to use this first line. This is called prologue. So as I already told, XML is an information wrapped in some tags. So this is the first line of the syntax with question mark and XML, and we have to write the version is equal to 1.0. So this is called prologue, remember this. And after that, we are going to write the actual document and actual data. In this in every XML document, we will have one root element, one predefined root element. This is the root, and this is the root clause, and we can have multiple childs and subchilds, and there are some rules we are going to see later. So one of the example is there is a bookstore. One of the bookstore has created an XML file. So this is the bookstore, and it's having some child elements in book, and there are subchilds in book. There it is having title and other. Similarly, it is having another child with it is the own created XML document by one bookstore. So let's see one of the example of our college, how XML file can be written and how it will be saved. So to write an XML document, first one we need any text editor. I had opened Notepad++, and after opening, if you want to write any XML, start with prologue XML version is equal to 1.0. These must be kept in question marks. And next, the first important step you need to remember is root tag. So if I want to write the XML for our college, I'm going to write on root tag with our college name. So coming to child, I'm going to take CSC as one element. So in CSC, I am going to write about some faculty information, name. We can create our own tags. Designation. Sorry. So if you want to create another branches information, just take so next step is save it as srkr.xml. Save. After saving, go to the folder. So this is, so I am going to open with browser. So this is the information we had given. So this is the inbuilt in srkr. There is having a CSC branch, and in CSC branch having Pawan as faculty with name Pawan and designation as assistant professor, and in IT there is Pawan Kumar with assistant professor. So similarly like this we can create our own XML documents and we can send it and we can store this data. So how this is useful is this is the, if you want to send any data to the server, this is how the data is sent. So coming to this video, in this video we had learned about what is XML and the introduction and what are its uses and how XML is used and the syntax also. So I hope you learned the about all these topics. So thank you.